Every great journey begins with a dream. Here, at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, a dream has been born, one that carries the hopes of a generation, the promise of a brighter tomorrow. This is more than a building. This is a sanctuary for ideas, a refuge for dreamers, a home for those who dare to see the world not as it is, but as it could be.
My name is Ifan Prince Ulebechko. I am a 500 level veterinary medicine student in the University of Nigeria. I am a technical and research writer and currently a business operations manager. And I am the team lead for Borderless UNN. So Borderless UNN, our inception is kind of funny. It was not supposed to start. It was a hunch. We were preparing for Borderless 3.2.0.
Borderless has been around for 2 years now, and they've trained over 50 developers in the blockchain ecosystem, teaching them different tech skills. Make some noise for Borderless.
You already know what time it is. It's DJ Upgrade. Been a while since we last made a jam.
I was part of the volunteer team. I was introduced by Ibeka Emmanuel. He just sort of posted a call for volunteers, and I was like, okay, I don't really have direction that I'm headed, so why don't I just participate in this? And I joined and started bringing ideas for our publicity, our planning, partnerships, and all of that. And when we're getting towards the heat of the moment, I sort of asked why we are having a watch party only. And those of us that are not in Port Harcourt, we are not going to be included, you understand? I kept on like pestering anytime we're having our routine Saturday calls. Funny enough, we kind of instituted that when I joined the volunteer group, I think. What we usually did is we were spamming posts on Twitter. We would get a lead post and then we get to spam it. And I suggested creating a links group chat. So like I was heavily interested in what we're doing in Borderless, right? I was passionate more than I usually am. So I mentioned it and I sort of forgot about it. Then a full month later, Makala just came to the group chat and she popped a message. Oh, PJ, would you be interested in hosting a watch party in UNN? And so against my better judgment, I said yes. Better judgment being that I had never done something like that. I was new to the tech space. I mean, I was lagging behind severely and things were not really going well for me, you understand? So I said yes. I was trying to like rise against my fear and all of those things, but I was not really rising against any fear. So I said yes and we moved past that and I thought it ended. And then 3 days later, Onyeka came into my DM. I was like, hi PJ, you indicated interest. And I confessed, I was like, I'm willing to do this, but I don't know how to. And I am really, really scared of messing things up. So she told me that they were there for me, they were going to help me and, do this. And as a go-getter, when I was informed that we were going to be hosting a watch party, I sort of set up a 3-man committee, myself, Derek, and Uloma, right? The 3 of us, we started up the community and we started making posts, talking about it individually to our friends, talking about the Borderless community and all of this stuff. And by the time we were done doing this, we had approximately 70 plus persons that were interested. Then we increased the team to one more person, Marco. He was our design lead then. So it was a success.
I joined Borderless in the year 2023, and that was before the Borderless 2.0. So when I joined Borderless, we were planning to have our Borderless 2.0 here in Nsukka, and I was part of that, reaching out to people and pasting flyers in hostels and around that. So that was part of my growth, so getting to meet people and all. So we joined 2.0, and from there we had our hangouts. Getting to meet people was generally something very good for me. Then from there, with the help of PJ, I registered for content marketing course, social media marketing course, and currently I have my certificate in those aspects.
I joined Borderless 2023. Yeah, I think around October. I think at the beginning of Borderless 2.0. That was when as I could remember, 40 days to Borderless 2.0. So I remember the countdown and all of that. And I was in Jos, Plateau State when I registered. I saw the flyer and I took interest in it. I did the procedures to be able to qualify, and I was to my surprise, I was accepted. I was added into the group. All the necessary processes, I carried them out, and ever since then, I don't regret joining the club. It has been an interesting ride ever since 2023.
And I thought that was where it was going to end, at the watch party. But Kala had like other plans for me, and after that, when we're doing our reports for the event and everything that happened, the next thing I heard was we are turning this into tech clubs. I did not like the sound of that, because the Nsukka is sort of plagued with communities that come here to die. So I have been part of a few communities, and those communities, well, let's just leave it at that. So I was sort of scared of seeing the trajectory where they take and how it goes and where it ends, and then Borderless taking that same trajectory. But then I still had my strong team members, good. So we kind of weathered the storm and started out. Initially, our challenge was trying to let people understand that tech is beyond software development. You do not have to be a front-end engineer or a software developer to be a techie. There are other aspects to it. Like, tech is multifaceted, you understand? So that was sort of our stumbling block, you understand? But then I took the route that I don't see most communities taking, which is the public goods aspect. Borderless UNN, we are not focused on only one tech stack. We are not focused on setting you on just one path. Our importance or our vision is to ensure that in everything we do, you understand, in tech related, we give you those resources and everything. So we kind of had this internal vision aside from the general Borderless community, right? And it gave us the leverage because it was sort of the first time somebody was doing this. There are a lot of communities in UNN, as I've said before, but not one that has given people the opportunity to be a better version of themselves in the Web3 space. Basically, we started out and we kind of gained traction, but the first type of traction, in the sense that people wanted to be part of an emerging trend, but Borderless UNN, we are more than an emerging trend. Guaranteed, we are pace setters, right? We do not want people to come and join us because others are joining us. We want them to have a vision for themselves. If they do not have one, we would love to help steer them in the direction that takes them where they are. That shaped how we started out things. And this led us to partnerships in various ecosystems. We ranged it from both Web3 to non-Web3 to entrepreneurship and all of this stuff. And last year alone, being our 1 year of full activities, we had a record number of 15 community collaborations and partnerships. And it kind of gave me the idea that we are really going in the direction of where we said we are. I sort of threw it in that we would love to get our own space. I mean, Borderless in Port Harcourt has their space. Why not us? We are doing almost the same thing they are doing, but we are now student-centric. We are in the heart of the university, so why don't give us these resources to raise more persons and all of this? So this has been sort of like the slope or the time map of how we started and where we are currently. We finalized the deal for the hub in January 2025, but we started this process in October last year. Makala sent me a message. She asked me if I had a place, like if I had an idea of where we could stay and have our community activities. And frankly, I actually did have a place. I had an idea of what we could do, and I started the process. Went for meetings, sent letters, hunted some people down, stalked some persons in their offices, and politics kind of came in between most of the things we're doing. I was stalled in a certain office for at least 1 month with, I'll get back to you, yeah, let us have a meeting tomorrow, and the meeting will be shifted to tomorrow. But luckily, I don't know, by, I think, divine intervention, I was introduced to the director of the Uhere Study Center here. So I went there, I spoke with him. I had intended that we had sort of a community, right? A sponsorship and a partnership where we make use of their facilities, in return training their boys there, you understand? Then I found out that it did not really cater to what we wanted, you understand? And we kind of shared our goals and ideologies, and it rhymed. We were meeting perfectly. It was sort of a vision unity, you understand? So he connected me to the director for the Center for Research and Policy Development, who then directed me to the director for Center for Entrepreneurship and Research Development. So it happened like it came out of the blues, because I had 4 months of stagnancy, and within 3-4 weeks I was closing the deal for the hub. You understand? It felt like all those times when I was going to those different offices, meeting those different persons in power, it was just like a kind of stalling for me to get a perfect place in terms of location, space, and basically resources. We are here at the hub, right? Our ideal location. Behind me, obviously, you would see that we still have things being set up. We are not there yet, but this is a process, right? And this is such a special thing to me because it is, as far as UNN goes, the first of its kind. Understand? This is the first Web3 community space in UNN, and it is kind of a milestone, like a thing to boast about. And this is me boasting, really, because it's not really an easy feat.
Borderless Tech Hub for me is a community. So more to say a family where you get to say as a safe space for whether you are a newbie or whether you are an expert. Like, for example, when I was getting into the tech space, I was kind of lost. So Borderless Tech Hub helped me find my way, and the community is very supportive, and it means a lot to me.
This hub means a lot to me because actually the establishment of this hub in UNN means I have a space where I can work, I have steady lights, I have steady network, which is most important for us in the tech space. So it actually means a lot to me. And saying that we'll be having free courses too. So I could actually decide to go ahead and learn something new under Borderless. So it means a lot to me, definitely.
Benefits of this hub to me as a student and as a software engineer. So the first one, and I think this is the most important, is the light, the access to a place to plug my devices, and also access to network. And also another great benefit is the people I could meet in this hub after it opens, a co-working space where I could meet like-minded people. So yeah, this hub brings a lot of benefits to me and the university.
For me, this hub is progress. because I can remember when we had to, we had to stress a lot in terms of getting a place to stay, in terms of even giving people directions to where our tech club is in the University of Nigeria here in UNN. Yeah. And it was really, really stressful. It was really, really exhausting going all around the school and trying to get people to come, trying to get people to like understand what Web3 is all about, and also trying to get them involved. But with this hub now, this hub paves a very large way for all of us, to get people to come, to get people to experience what Web3 is all about, to get people to connect.
I would like to say a very big thank you to Octant and to the public goods ecosystem in the Web3 space. Because honestly, we wouldn't have had this if we didn't get into Octant Top 5. We would not have had this. The entire team for Octant, James, Marshall, I think you guys are the ones that we interface with a lot, and the ones using the community, to the developers, to everyone who staked, to the Golden Foundation. I really want to say a very big thank you, because I can tell you for a fact, if we didn't get in there, if we didn't have funds from the Golden Foundation or from Octant, I'm pretty sure this hub wouldn't have set up, because the school would not set it up. A lot of people here don't really care about Web3, and they don't really understand the impact. School wouldn't have set it up. The government would not have set it up. So thank you so much for this. On behalf of the students that will benefit from this from generations coming, thank you. I'm saying a big thank you for making this possible.